Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Atmos Live studio. Today, we have somebody in the studio who has been the most impactful on my adult life, and that man is Reup Tha Boss.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, Brody?
Just another day. So
Already.
today, I feel like we should go through and talk a little bit about you.
Yeah, man. It's time for that. Been time for that.
Way past time. All right, so first up, tell us a little bit about what inspired you to start doing music.
Pretty much, man. My mom, just growing up listening to her sing all the old classics. And, like I say, by the time I was a teenager, growing up, the No Limit era, the Cash Money era, the Rockefeller, the early Rockefeller era, all the R&B videos. I used to love R&B music. Me and my cousins, we had like a little group with our dance routines and, just loving music, basically getting it from my mama, hearing her sing every day. And this kind of just was instilled in me. And once I started it, I found the passion for it. So, I started getting straight to it. And here I am now.
Can you tell us where the Reup Tha Boss moniker came from?
Yeah, man, my nickname Ree. Of course, my grandma, my mama, they call me Ree. My spirit is up. My first artist name was actually Havoc. Havoc the Lunatic. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So once I formed my first record label, and of course I was a CEO at a young age, that's where the boss came from. I was the youngest in charge, so Reup Tha Boss. You know what I'm saying? So it's very dear to me.
Well, let's be honest, too. From your first stage name to where you are now, I feel like that speaks on the growth, that came from all the trials and tribulations along the way from start to where we are. And that's a testament, man. A lot of people fizzle and fade or boss status.
Big facts. You gotta be a boss, man. Especially in this music business, man. You gotta be a boss. Got to.
Big facts. Now, tell me where you're from and tell me about the city itself when it comes to music. Is the music scene big, small? Tell me a little bit about it.
Macon, Georgia, 478. If you don't know, you're gonna know soon. Pretty much, man, Macon has a very rich musical history. Otis Redding, R.I.P. Otis Redding Jr. He just passed. Little Richard. If you watch any of the old Temptation, Five Heartbeat movie, Macon, Georgia was in those movies. So obviously, it was a city back then that you had to come through, and it's still kind of like that now because all the artists that eventually become superstars come through Macon. We right below Atlanta. We like an hour south of Atlanta, and we have major influence, on the culture of Georgia music, hands down. So definitely, the music scene itself, it's a small city, but the music scene is very huge, man. We have a lot of talent in Macon. Like, it's $1 billion industry. It's just untapped right now.
And that statistic alone is insane. In that it is a small area. The talent pool is what it is as far as number ratios go, but the amount of people that come out of there with enormous amounts of talent, I think it speaks for the culture of music in Macon, period. And that speaks on what you were just talking about. Back in the earlier years, I feel like a lot of people were falling out of Macon, going all over the place. It's kind of like the pit stop to Atlanta, to anything bigger than that, really.
Yeah, most definitely, man. In Georgia, when you're talking about top cities, Macon is definitely one of those top cities, and we always in a loop. We just got to get outside ourselves sometime and see the world and see that it's bigger than just where you from. And it's like that in every other city you go to. So we ain't no different from the other ones. We just have to see more to be more.
Now, I can speak to how close knit Macon is in general when it comes to the music scene as well. Going to some events down there,
Yeah.
Macon Art Center. Shout out Pops, he's super cool. But anyway, yeah, everybody that comes out, they all come out together, and you'll see the same faces popping up at events. If they're coming, they're all coming together.
Man, that's facts.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Big Motion Fest. We
Yeah.
put that on.
It's a good time, man.
Yeah,
We're overdue for another.
Look, one of the few platforms / showcases that we didn't charge artists to come perform, none of that craziness. We wanted good music on the stage and we wanted good networking going on.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, tell me and the rest of the folks here, because I obviously know. However, what do you do in a nutshell? And in your opinion, what is your best trait out of your arsenal?
Definitely, I consider myself a jack of all trades when it comes to the entertainment / music business. So, you know, of course, I'm an artist, you know, / CEO. I'm a CEO artist, you know. So when you think about the Diddy's, the Jay-Z's, the 50 Cents, that's Reup Tha Boss in a nutshell. You know, I'm the one who wants the record label. I want to have artists signed to the record label. I want to in-house produce for those artists to create a sound. So that's the producer part of me. You know, so I do artist development. I can graphic design. I can do videography. You know, I shoot a lot of video. That company actually took the forefront of damn near everything I do. Because
The
right
flagship.
now, yeah, because right now we're in a content-based driven society where everybody needs videos. And it helps me create longevity for myself because I can always throw myself on camera and put it out today. You know,
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my own editing. You know, the whole nine. I can DJ. You know, I can executive produce a project and build it to where it doesn't sound all over the place. You know, so and I work with a lot of artists in different genres. So, you know, where my heart lies is always gonna be with the artist and producer side of me though, because that just help me connect to people on a whole nother level. You know, some people shoot videos. I may never hear from them again, but every time I get in the studio with somebody, it just lasts a lifetime.
Now, honestly, when I met you guys, it was you, and I met Pacific a little bit later. I met Zip, a couple other members of the team, and I just remember the first initial thought after shooting a bunch of videos at the event and hanging out, helping artists get all their stuff together, and then going back to the room and watching you guys press shirts and produce beats and pull the whole studio out and record all kind of stuff. I just remember thinking, like, why would you outsource anything when you can just do it yourself?
Yeah, man, that's the machine. When I say feed the machine, that's what I mean. Like, just giving people opportunity platforms. You know, some people call them jobs. You know, I just want to give people opportunity and also teach them how to move out here, because you can't be butt ass naked, man. You know, we pulling up in these cities, getting hotel rooms, setting the studio up, setting the t-shirt press up. And, you know, we invite other artists back and we collab with them. We pull up at the show and we may bought 10 shirts, but we can press up 20 while we there. So we meet other people. Oh, what size you need? We're going to go back to the room. We're going to pull back up with your shirt. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely great networking and great collaboration going on when we come through. Like, that's what we all about, just coming into these cities, not just performing and leaving, not just shooting your video and leaving. We're going to stay for a few more days and really connect.
Think about all the times you showed up somewhere. If you had just left after doing the bare minimum, think about all of the different connections and opportunities you would have missed out on personally in your life.
Man, look, like I tell people all the time, man, I got some irreplaceable people that's not from where I'm from. You know, some of them don't look like me. Like, it's crazy. Like, I had to get out in the world and travel, and I started running into like-minded individuals. You know how we met. You know, we was in Louisiana. Then next thing you know, we at a mud park, and next thing you know, you my brother. Like, that's what's going on. So, you know, that's what it's about, man. Just not going backstage, not sitting on the bus the whole time till it's time to perform. I mean, no disrespect to anybody who do that, but you got to get out and mingle with people, and you never know, man, who you might meet. You might meet a guy like James, and, you know, it's up from there.
Big facts, man. Tell me what your favorite genre of music is, and also which one do you like producing the most? Because I know that you work with any kind of music. I haven't seen you turn anything down yet.
Most definitely, man. It's crazy, man. You know, of course, I love hip hop. I would put R&B first, and that's probably what a lot of people don't know, because I'm a Cancer. You know, I'm full of love. I love, so I just moved through love. So I feel like we gotta bring that back to the music. And a lot of my music has a lot of heavy R&B in it. And, I'm not scared to go make a love song. You feel me? I'm not scared to go talk about how much I love the people around me, my team. It's just the boss in me. So I would say R&B, hip hop, and then country and pop most definitely. And I really like pop music. I like pop music. I like alternative music. It's just a feel for me though. It's a feel. It's a soul thing. Like anything that connect to my soul, I'm gonna pretty much rock with it. You feel me? You know
That's
what I'm
fair.
saying?
Totally fair.
And can't forget live music neither, because you can't never beat out real instrumentation.
No, you're right. And the way the world has been going since COVID, everything pretty much moved to more digital avenues. But I agree with you. There's nothing that can replace the actual live sound.
Exactly.
It just is what it is.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the bands out there, man. All the bands, the guitarist, the drummer, the lead singer, the backup singers, the sound man. Shout out to them for real for being able to put on such great shows and concerts for the public.
Facts. Facts, man. All right. Tell us what you think the most important thing that an artist should be doing when they're trying to excel their career. And I think this is pretty obvious, but I see a lot of people miss the mark on this one. I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
Ooh, it's a lot. Of course I'm going to say, networking first and foremost. Like, I feel like
Bingo.
the most powerful thing you could do as an artist is collaborate. Is cause automatically you're gonna gain something from collaborate with somebody that's gonna be more ears and eyes on what you're doing. Like, I can make music at home all day by myself for my homeboys, for my girlfriend or whatever. Like, but that's not gonna really do for me what if I do a song with this artist that's living in Baltimore or Miami or Texas, and we do us a good record, and then he take it to his people and let them listen to it, and then you gain something. Then you gain some new ears and eyes on your voice, your sound. So I would say first and foremost collaboration. And a lot of artists feel like it's ass kissing, D-riding, whatever you want to call it. It's like, nah, bro, if I respect what you do, then, and I'm trying to get to where you get, or actually create that bridge where you can get to where I'm at, then, let's collaborate. Let's see what come out of it. So collaborating, putting out the cover art, shooting the video, being visible, being accessible and being professional, and not moving through our emotions so much. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, I feel like this, I feel like that, but it's a blueprint that has been put here together before us. So we have to understand that and learn how to move through it. We don't have to follow it 100%. You could be in the rules, but you got to still know how to move in a room full of vultures. So you want to be people friendly. Be people friendly. You know what I'm saying? This industry is really a nice, friendly industry. Everybody want to kind of take pictures and smile, and you gotta be able to connect with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to get out and network, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go to these clubs, these events, and just go perform and leave. I'm telling you, that's the worst thing you can do, man. Make sure you leave out there with 5 to 10 numbers. Make sure you leave an impression on one person so to carry on the next day. Because if I'm at an event and I see 30 people perform, I'm not going to lie, I probably only remember 1 or 2 of them. And by the time I make it home, I'm not going to be thinking about them no more.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to leave your mark on people. You want to influence people. So I tell every artist, man, today, reach out to another artist, collab with them. You know what I'm saying? And put your vocals out. Some of the biggest artists in the world, Lil Wayne, T-Pain, Drake, this is what they do. They collab. You know what I'm saying? They collab.
I think if I could add anything to that, it would only be when you were mentioning, being accessible and professional and your online persona and all of that, it would be to add that consistency in that is key, because you can't show up professional one time and then fuck off the next 3 or 4.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be on time or doing your job halfway, because promoters out there, people that are looking to book, even your fans, they're not going to keep showing up for you if you don't show up for yourself every time the same way. Just is what it is.
And you got to be able to feed people attention span. So if you think you can do something today and wait 6 months and do something again, bro, you lost. Like, hey, these people gonna move on. They gonna find another great artist. People need music every day. You know, they need to see something. They want to be entertained every day. So why not be the person to entertain them?
True. Very, very true. Tell us a little bit about your life, man. You got anybody special on the side? You got a woman back home?
Oh man, look at here. See, nah, for real though, man. Well, first of all, shouts out to my mother. You know,
my Dukes,
the queen. You know, she's the most important woman in my life. And my daughter, my beautiful daughter, Princess Kyla. Shout out to her, babe. I love you. You already know. You know what I'm saying? She came and just put me on a whole nother, you know, status as a father, as a king, as a leader. So, you know, those are the two special women in my life. And, you know, I got a lot of females that I respect, that I also got love for, man. I have great friends, but, you know, right now I'm just single. I'm focusing on myself, and I'm open. I'm open to love. I'm ready to give love, receive it, but I just focus on myself and let it manifest and come to me. Somebody who on the same page, and when they see me, they can recognize who I am, you know what I'm saying? And I can recognize who they are.
You know, I feel like that's the way it's meant to be. You find your person when you're meant to find your person, and not a day sooner.
Yeah, you can't force it, man. Can't force it. A lot of people out here in these relationships, man, and you know, it's like they doing a 10-year sentence. It's like, man, look, bro, you can look, bro or sis, you can walk away. You can, and it ain't even about, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if it ain't worth fighting for, then, but it's at the same time, man, it can't be toxic. It can't be distraction. It can't drain your energy or take away from you, your self-love. So empower yourself, and I guarantee you everything will come to you that you desire. If that's what you want, it'll come to you. It'll find you.
You heard it here, folks. Now, Reup's next. I feel like Job Venture is going to be, I don't know, some kind of way to find love show or something.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
There we go. The love guru.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I know you've been all over the place, bro, and you probably have a lot on your top 10 list. What are some of the most favorite cities, your favorite cities that you've been to?
Oh, man, shouts out to Las Vegas, first and foremost. I almost moved out there. I love Vegas. I don't know what it is. I love Vegas. Houston, Texas, upstate New York. You know, if I was to put one on number one, though, it would definitely be Vegas. Then, you know, I love Oakland, California. Oh man, I've been so many places. I love Charlotte, North Carolina. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I kinda get everywhere I go, I find some sense of love for it. But my favorite would be definitely Vegas. That's where I like to go celebrate my birthday. That's why I like to go, you know, let me take somebody out here and just show them this life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it ain't even about the bright lights and the gambling. I just, like, I be in Vegas and I be on the outskirts, and I like the fact that you can drive into Cali but not really have to live there. You can get there in 2-3 hours. So, you know, because I love California. That's actually where I wanted to move. But Vegas just, I like that outskirt shit. So I like to be somewhere where I can drive in a couple hours and get there. And then I can go duck off. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, and I feel like also most of the places you named, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like you love these places because of some of the people there that you've met also.
Facts. Yeah, facts. I mean, yeah, that's what it's about. I try to tell people, like, we don't really be taking vacations or visiting. We're like just going to our different home. Like, yeah, man, I can pull up over here and it's like I'm at home and I'm staying the whole week. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, forget the weekend. Like, we staying the whole week.
That is one thing that I have picked up in my own travels is I can pretty much go through any state in our country, minus maybe one or two, and I can have a home cooked meal and people I love around me in a matter of an hour or two in any direction, you know. Yeah, and I think that's important.
Man. You already know you good. You could pull up the Macon.
Oh yeah,
we frying fish. We doing it up.
It's up, bro. Tell me about tours, man. You ever been on a tour?
Yeah, most definitely. I've been pretty much touring my whole career. I mean, even as a teenager, I used to get in trouble from like not coming home at night on the school night, and I be in Tennessee somewhere. Like to the point my mom was like, "What in the hell is going on? Like, who instructed you to leave out of the city, not let alone go to another state?" So I was able to get that experience as a teenager, and that's why I kind of knew music was for me, because as a teenager I was doing stuff that some people may never get to do their whole career. So
True.
I toured as a teenager, and then kind of I started my record label like 16, 17. By the time I was 18, I had LLCs, business accounts, and we was touring, and I think we was doing like Florida real heavy. We had this big record out called Shout Out We Chill with my first record label, Dark House 415. Shout out to them. It's still playing heavy to this day, like 15 years later. It's still going crazy. And that's the thing about music. It's timeless. The music we make is timeless. So I toured then, and then after that, and I started DJing, I became a tour DJ. And then I moved to Atlanta, and then I was able to get on tour with this group called Rock Mob. So I started touring the country then. That's the first time, okay, we out in Cali, we in New York, because they was working with a lot of major artists. And then post that, I just was like, okay, I'm finna take this video thing more serious. I'm finna still keep the DJ. And then I was like, okay, well, all these guys trying to get signed, but the first thing the record label gonna do is put them on tour. They're gonna put you on tour, man. So it's like, okay, I got a little something. Let me take myself and put myself on the road. Let me create a schedule off of my filming career, because everybody needs video. They booking me all over the country. And in between it, I set up a show here and there. Or if I don't set it up this time, we'll double back. But next time I'm coming to film and perform. So I got heavy into I was actually, during the pandemic, 2020 and 2020, I probably was the most touring independent artist. When clubs were shut down, cities were shut down, I was still moving, still touring. Like,
big facts.
Put together a whole 2-week tour in my Toyota Corolla, just me and Zip. Shout out to Zip. I know you mentioned him earlier.
Yeah.
He started my film company with me, but I swear, we took 2 weeks and drove from Macon to Alabama, from Alabama to San Antonio, from San Antonio to Vegas, from Vegas to the Bay Area in California, drove up to Humboldt County, Eureka, California, stayed on the weed farms overnight, left there, drove across Nebraska, Wyoming, Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, drove back past Georgia, went to Florida, and then came back home. 2 weeks.
Wow. Well, I tell you, those Toyotas they're something serious.
Man,
they're a force
shout
to be
out
reckoned
Toyota.
with.
Hey, look, man, if you watching this, your boy wouldn't mind a little sponsorship or something. Hey, look, I vouch for y'all car hand down. I got a Charger now, but I miss my Toyota. I'm not gonna lie.
Can't beat the Yodas.
$36, fill the tank up. You feel me? We gone.
Now, we talked a little bit just then about labels. Outside of Dark Horse?
Dark House.
Dark House 415.
Yeah, Dark House 415, man. Entertainment.
Outside of that, have you been signed to any major labels?
Yeah. Universal, I probably done been in the deal with Universal for 3 times. Because Universal be like the first label that reach out to you. But I got offers back when T.I. had Grand Hustle, when I had my first group. And then we was mailing CDs to the labels. So we was sending CDs to the labels. And a few labels responded, but Grand Hustle was one of them. Koch Records hit us up one time. But I was still like 18, 19, so we was just in that transition to learn the game. But I actually signed my first, this is history, we're one of the first groups / labels to do a 360 deal in Georgia.
Wow.
Like, seriously. And we really didn't know what it was. Everything was 50 on us, 50 their way. And I want to say this for artists. 360 deals are not really bad. It's just the fact of how big of an artist you're gonna become, and you got to understand every label has to protect their investment because labels started signing artists, and these artists are getting all this marketing money for label, and then they CD come out and going penny, dust, concrete. So just count that loss. So labels had to figure out how to recoup their revenue. So artists used to then have to give label they merch money, they tour money, they show money. But the 360 deal put you in a situation where you got to split everything. And if you're Drake, if you're Kendrick Lamar, if you're Nicki Minaj, obviously that's not a problem. You know, they're grossing so much revenue that it's almost like, yeah, that's like paying taxes. We gonna get that to the church. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a drop in the bucket at that point.
It's all on you at the end of the day. You know, I'm not saying go sign a 360 deal, but I'm saying understand the 360 deal. Understand that there are different types of deals. You know, you have the 360 deal, you have a publishing deal, you have an imprint deal, you have a production deal. You know what I'm saying? You have a record deal, you have a single deal, you have a distribution deal. These are different types of deals. So every artist should know, if you're not going to be independent, what type of deal you desire. Like me, I either want to sign a big ass label deal because, like I say, I got everything lined up. Just cut me the check. I see y'all every 6 months. I'm going to pay everybody. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You feel me? So I actually want to be independent, but I wouldn't mind partnering with a major to get us to the masses. So there's nothing wrong with it because you need that machine behind you, for real.
Here's the thing, too, about deals in general that I feel like a lot of people miss. A deal is not meant to be your saving grace. Okay, it's not a fix-all, cure-all. A deal for you is a tool for you to utilize to do something to get yourself out in avenues where you couldn't have on your own, to unlock doors that you don't have access to. And if that deal, that tool is not serving you, then why have it in your arsenal? So I think people really righteously should do a lot more research on the front end of, is this something I can use, you know, to benefit me?
I'm not
because they're going to benefit them.
I'm not gonna even lie. Just to elaborate on what you're saying, man. In today's time, it's all about the clout. Like people just want to sign to be a part of something. They don't care what the contract say. They don't care how much. Like it ain't too many artists that'll say, "Hey, I don't want no upfront money. Just put that money into marketing, and then I'll get right on the back end." You know what I'm saying? Because if your paperwork done right, that's kind of the way to go. Everybody want the bag up front. But you're going to come out in and taking less and gaining more in the future versus, like I know this kind of off the record, but I heard Charles Barkley talking about Michael Jordan told him not to take all that money from Nike. They was like, just take I think a stock in their company, a little payment here and there. And he said he's made more money than if he would have took that upfront money. So you just got to be a visionary and see where your train is headed. Everybody's situation ain't the same though, because some people need that advance money so they can have that look. They can, you know, you have to buy the rapper image. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And then sometimes your music just sucks, so you gotta get people to look at you enough. But the music speak for itself. That's why you have artists that not to use it, for example, but let's just say artists like J. Cole. He's not gonna wear any jewelry. I mean, Holmes will put on a pair of Walmart shoes, Walmart shorts, and white t-shirt.
Walking around looking like Adam Sandler.
Riding a bike. And he's selling more than 95% of artists.
Facts,
so
man.
The music speak for itself. And that's nothing like J. Cole is top tier, but I'm just trying to paint a picture of that.
Dope sells itself.
Yeah, dope sell itself, man. Dope sell itself. And that's me. Like, you might see me a couple chains. I'm always have my brand on because I'm like Master P when it comes to that. I'm rocking my brand. I want to sell my brand. I want to come out with my own shoes, my own clothes, my own cartoons, video games, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying?
Well, honestly, what we've been talking about kind of leads into the next question, which is, you know, what does being independent really mean to you? And I know you just covered it a little bit as far as branding is concerned, as far as looking into deals, as far as staying away from labels unless it's really in your interest. What else? As far as being totally independent, explain to us how that makes you feel, like what that means to you.
Well, I mean, you it's definitely something to be proud of. Cause I mean, if you line
Not everybody can do it.
yes, you line 10 artists up, man. Maybe one of those artists can take their own money out their pocket. That's why I say you got to be a boss, because a boss understand he got to spend money. To be a boss, to start a company, you got to spend money. You know what I'm saying? So unless you go out here and hit the lottery. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, with these artists, independence is just building your situation yourself before you go do business with any other situation. So it's saying, hey, I'm gonna pay for this. I'm gonna pay for that. And sometimes it don't gotta be out your pocket, but the minute you sign a situation to a bigger company, you're not independent anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what artists like to play out now. Everybody gonna say they're independent, but we know you got a major label behind you. The major label wants you to say you're independent, but real independent artists are out here. They 9 times 10, they're pressing up their own merch. They're pressing up their own material, whether they're CDs, they are using TuneCore, DistroKid, the DSP services. They paying for promotion. They paying for video girls, cars, traveling, touring. That to me, that's truly independent. And that don't mean that's the way to go for everybody. Because to me, that take a special type of artist to even put that in their mind, like, hey, let me build myself up first. But
you got to be a whole nother level of determined to
exactly.
do that.
But in the end, I promise you, those artists are the ones that get the bigger. Like me, I can't just start rapping, go to a label and be like, yeah, I want $5 million because I think I'm the SHIT. You feel me? It's like, no. If I'm an independent artist, guess what? I don't got to do no talking. They gonna go research Reup Tha Boss. Like, wow, he got this going on. If you go on my Instagram right now and just go back the past 60 days, I've been on tour for real, and you can see it. So anybody who don't know who I am, if they came or caught wind of me and they went to my IG and seen, they gonna say, oh yeah, he got motion. He's look, who's behind him? Who he signed to? Like, for real, everywhere I go, people be like, who you signed to, bro? And I be like, nobody, bro. I literally just drove my own car or booked my own plane ticket. It's just that simple.
Yep. I think the independent market is not for everybody, but I feel like that's where you're really going to get the best bang for your buck as far as you are concerned.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It ain't for everybody. Yeah, not for the faint of heart, for sure.
Hey, look, man, I'm going to tell you straight up like this. Don't be independent. You know what I'm saying? If you just dreaming and you want to be a rapper, don't take this route, because for one, it's going to take you a little longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing music 15 years plus, but at the same time, I started when I was 14 or 15 for real. Like, a lot of people say that, but it's like, no, I started when I was 14, 15. Like, I started producing on music, MTV Music Generation on the PlayStation, man.
That's a throwback.
You feel
Not many producers know about that, man. But the OGs do.
And you know what I'm talking about. If you're a producer out there and you've been producing that long, they had a game called MTV Music Generation for PlayStation that you could make some pretty dope beats on. And I started selling those beats. And once I realized, damn, I just sold a PlayStation beat for like $100. People were coming from everywhere to buy those beats for me. And I literally used to plug my little audio cord up into the back of the computer, play it into Magic's Music Maker, one of the softwares I started out on recording, and record the beat in there, and man, burn it on the CD, $100.
That's wild. I wonder if PlayStation knows.
Man, look, PlayStation hollered at me. I want to let's put out the next one, because guess what? Everything is a circle. So these kids, they so in the game, and why not have and music? Why not have PlayStation should have a studio game.
They should. Absolutely.
They come with an interface.
Now, I tell you, Oculus, this is way off topic, and we won't spend much time on this, but Oculus has I guess, a VR studio now that you can go into.
Man, look,
so you mix and master and do everything from there.
One of my best boys who started doing music with me, AK Dre, we got a tax company now, because I got a tax and credit repair company, but he used to literally heckle me about, bro, you need to come in the metaverse, because he was on the metaverse, prior to, not people starting to catch wind, but he was telling me, bro, you need to come in here and open up a studio in the metaverse. He used to tell me that every single day. He was like, you is the person to do it. So shout out to whoever jumped on that idea first. You feel me? For real.
Well, all right, let's talk about albums, man. How many albums have you released? And out of those, what are some of your favorites?
It's crazy, man, because I'm like, and I'm just throwing a number out here, and I probably could match every album up with a number. Well, let's just say a cool 15 to 20 albums in my whole career, because when I started doing music, I put out an album. Before I even started my record label, I released the album with I had a group called Two Face, and Two Face is what started Dark House. So Two Face is me and AK Dre. So we put out Two Sides to a Story, and then all produced by me. This probably back in 2001 or two.
Wow.
For real. And then after that, we automatically started forming the group / label. We went and got a couple more artists, Shad Coley, D-Boy, Hardhead Jacob, and we created Dark House 415. And our Dark House was like it was almost like the White House. Like we felt like we had our own government. It was us. I was the president. You feel me? I had my Secret Service. You know what I'm saying? That what it was, man.
Yeah, no, you got to structure it to make it make sense.
And we went for it. So on the Dark House, we probably released at least 10 to, because you got to think about it, I became a mixtape DJ in 2000, or after the Saudi We Chill record, I became a mixtape DJ in like 2011, 12. So I started releasing mixtapes after mixtapes after mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I produced, artists that I was working with, and we was going to the flea market and selling out mixtapes. Like we really did that. You know what I'm saying? So it's really more than 20, but about 20 on record. Now fast forward to Time to Reup Entertainment, where I'm at now, my new record label, I probably release at least 5 to 6 of those albums. My last 2 current ones, my solo project, The Reup Mindset, that's out right now on all streaming platforms. It's an amazing album. You know what I'm saying? It's an amazing album. It's really a book, but I just put out an album first to get people familiar with the title. The Reup Mindset, self-explanatory. I'm going to teach you the hustle. I'm going to teach it to you for free. $9.99. That's for free. You know what I'm saying? And then the latest project with Reup and Pacific, because I also formed the group under Time to Reup Entertainment called Reup and Pacific. Shout out Pacific. He helped me he held everything down with me post my first record. So after Dark House 415, he kind of took over the steering wheel and just hit the gas 100 miles per hour. When I moved to Atlanta from Macon, he was right there with me. So I felt like in return, I should grant him this music life. Like, here you go, bro. Be an artist now. You've been holding me down. You've been my sidekick. You don't produce a whole year for my first record label. You know, he was paying me for studio time and everything. I just was like, look, forget all that. Take over. You know what I'm saying? So I just basically took out the boss. It's Reup the Boss. I took out the boss and put and Pacific. So you got Reup and Pacific. So when you see me, I want you to see him too. You know what I'm saying? And we have released the rap album. It's an acronym for rap is an acronym for Reup and Pacific. So that's where the RAP come from. The rap album, the Reup and Pacific album. So currently we on the rap album 2. We just released that. Rap album 1 already out. And then we also released Big Motion 1 and Big Motion 2. And Big Motion out is right now, we probably on our 9th video. It's 22 songs. We trying to raise the attention span back.
Yeah.
So we put out 22 compilation records. Every song got a feature on it. But it's also showing our ability to songwrite, our ability to produce, and executive produce an whole album. So we took the whole city, put them on the album with us so they can go on the road with us. They can tour with us. Now everybody ain't gonna come, but they can jump on our set.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? We got a show. We got a song with you now. Come on out. Jump on the set. And shout out to Cool Nation, man. That's Shad Coley. He started his record label. He's another artist that was signed to my first record label, Dark House, but he transitioned into the new one. But I would say, hey, instead of continue to be my artist, now it's time for you to become a boss. Now it's time for you to go out and find some artists and put them in position. So shout out to Bullethead, shout out to Key Roster. That's Cool Nation. That's basically another entity on the Town of Real Enterprises Entertainment.
You know, it amazes me. Out of the initial days, out of the Dark House 415 days, all of the artists that have come from under that umbrella, and how many of them still work together today. I know there's some that obviously haven't for various reasons, I'm sure, but family is very close there, whether it be blood or
man.
not. You know,
That's one thing for sure. It was more the music with us, man. I mean, if I really could tell all the story, we really need a movie, a biopic of that whole situation, because we was like the down south Wu-Tang. That was who we was. I was the RZA, and I was the mastermind, orchestrate everything, and I chose these certain individuals. And I was like Nick Fury on the Avengers. I went out to seek these special gifted individuals and put it all together. And it was so meant to be, because I didn't know that AK Dre and D-Boy was real blood brothers.
That's wild.
It just happened like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that the connection me and Shag had, the connection that Shag and Jacob had, having the same last name. It was so many things that played into it, and that's why our kids so close. And 10, 15 years later, me and AK, like I said, we got a tax company now. And everything's still just a phone call away. It just, we all grown now. Everybody got families and businesses, and they moving forward. But, please believe one snap of a finger is going to come together. And, we do 415 Day every year. April 15th, we celebrate 415. They're just the day we chose Dark House 415. If the 415 stood for disturbing the peace, like how the police say it's a 415 in progress, that was just like, hey, we come to shake shit up. This is
right.
We're coming to disrupt the flow of what's going on in the music industry. I was really on that. Like, I felt like I was Scarface at one point in time. And I'm not talking about the rapper. I'm talking about the crazy man with AK. Like, I'm saying my mentality was get down to lay down. That's what it was. Right. I felt like I outworked everybody on the planet. And I still feel like that now. You know what I'm saying? It's just, if either you know or you don't. And if you don't, you will know.
I'm going to be honest, out of all the people I know, you outwork the majority of them, 99.999% consistently.
Man, thank you, man.
It just is what it is, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Like, sometimes I feel like I ain't working hard enough, because, you never know. Well, for me, I do it for the love and for my own personal satisfaction. So I'm not really looking for what everybody else looking for. I find success and satisfaction with just being able to wake up and not have to go punch a clock, or not have to go, you know what I'm saying? And I did that through music. So when people don't see me, I may not have millions of dollars on TV every day standing beside Lil Baby, but what I can tell you, I am known all over the country, and I can get up and go and do what I want to. Not saying like anything, but I can live my dream every day with no problem. Right. It's a reality to me every day with no problem. The minute I felt like I failed, I could just get on a plane or drive somewhere where I'm successful. You like, okay, like, but they love me over here. Oh, I can put together. Oh, they'll pay me, or somebody will drive from this whole city just to pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll fly from this city to this other city to pull up on me. So that's success in itself, man. I was able to come back and open up a business, come back and not only this, let me say this. I have planted so many seeds and watched them grow, and that's success in itself. So yeah, I might not attain $1 million right now, like right now as a whole, but what I can tell you is I've created a bunch of future millionaires. I'm telling you.
Well, here's the thing about success. Success is subjective to self, right?
Thanks.
So if your personal success is planting seeds and nourishing them and watching them grow and helping people figure out all that stuff, then you are more wealthy than someone who has a bunch of money but has not obtained what they feel like is their goal. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to be happy with what you truly want. I think people get caught up in the money aspect. Obviously, in our country anyways,
man,
everything is financially driven, but there's so much more wealth to life than money.
Man,
people,
man, success is happiness and peace, man. I'm telling you, like, I feel successful when I'm on the beach. Look, I'm gonna just say this because I don't want to overextend that topic, but look, I just did a show in Charlotte, North Carolina, April 15th. So that was probably a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I didn't start having a good time until the show was over, and I stayed 2 extra days. I'm telling you, and it was peaceful, and it was successful. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about to me. So it ain't all about the riches. The riches is not, man, because it's a lot of people with money. You see these people's story, like most of them are miserable because they don't got all this money, and for one, they can't be grounded anymore. You can't just do stuff normal people do. And then you don't even know a person's true intention no more, man. You see how many people be stealing from you, and man, that can turn your heart black. So
yep.
I'm thankful for not reaching certain levels when I was younger, because now I'm a grown man, so I can understand things better versus back then. I would have started reacting out of emotion and maybe did something to maybe harm somebody or harm myself out of success. So success, as beautiful as you think it is, it's an ugly monster too. Because I'm telling you, you got to see both sides. It's an ugly monster. Of course, it's what we make it, but a lot of these artists are getting involved into some. They want to do music and become famous, not realizing that it's a fame monster. It's a fame monster, and if it gets you, you know.
You got to be ready to take on something like that, and not only ready, but you got to be the right kind of person to even accept that in stride.
Man, who want paparazzi following them for real? And how are you gonna react to that? How you gonna react to it when you know, when you got your kids and you trying to just go over here to the market or go to the McDonald's or go over here to the Applebee's? You can't do that. You ain't gonna be. You got to protect them. You know what I'm saying? These people don't care, man. They don't care about nothing around you to get their picture off or get their next tabloid off or their next story off. They'll come and piss you off just to get you to react, just so they can have a story on you. Tell me online.
No, you literally are not.
For real, man.
I see a lot of people that cling to the beef, to the drama, to the whatever. People flock to it these days because now you can see it at the click of a button and it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we won't spend too much time talking about all that. Instead, I want to know where you see yourself in 5 years, bro.
Basically, in 5 years, I definitely want to have let's start off right here. Forbes list, man. I mean, that's on my bucket list. You know, I want to have my own school. You know, that's really like the end games for me, man. I want to come back and be like Professor Xavier. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, if I end up getting old and can't walk, put me in a wheelchair. I gotta teach still. You know what I mean? Like, but I wanna be a bridge. I want to be a teacher, so I want to have my own school, and I want to be up $100 million. You know, and it's not about the money; it's just about the resources and be able to go and take water to this country, to go over here and, you know, open up this business over here, man. I want to at least own, 10 new businesses. I would like to be married, you know what I'm saying? Maybe have my second child. You know, I have one beautiful daughter right now. So 5 years for me at the age of 36 is about family business. It's just about family and business and putting something in place for longevity, something my daughter can have to inherit. You know, constantly I got her YouTube channel right now. So 5 years from now,
we'll plug that, by the way. We'll plug it in the bottom.
Most definitely. I want her YouTube channel to be where she don't got to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I definitely want to be Forbes list status in 5 years.
Speaking it into existence now.
Facts.
Tell me, how important is fan engagement to you?
Oh, fan engagement. Like I say, network make the check work. It's the most important thing, man. I'm telling you, like, I don't think nothing else matters more than fan engagement, because for one, who the hell gonna listen to your music? You know what I'm saying? Who the hell gonna purchase it? Who gonna show up at your shows? Because right now we living in an era where everybody manipulate numbers. You know I don't really supposed to say that, but that's just what's going on. So you'll see it when these artists got all these extreme numbers and then they can't even sell out a venue, 100 capacity venue. Like, you know what I'm saying? So fan engagement is the most important thing. I feel like connect with your fan, take as many pictures you can, stay a little longer. Of course, we artists, so we got to protect ourselves. I'm not saying,
True.
hey, move to these cities and let everybody in, because some of these fans are they get overwhelming. But it's okay though, because just the fact that they love you so much when they could not be listening to you at all is enough for me to show them love. So I feel like engage with your fans, man. Every now and then, whoever been supporting you the hardest, send them something free. Send them something free. Send them, invite them out to a show. Give them a free ticket. Let them hang with you for a second. It ain't, like I say, it ain't got to be, what I'm saying? It ain't got to be an everyday thing or creating a friendship, but it's just like, hey, show these people that it's more about just taking their dollar. You know what I'm saying? Respond to their comments sometimes. Like, that's a pet peeve for me. Like, sometimes I'll be like, these artists really be on their pedestal, man. And I be seeing these people share music every day, and they might not even come back and say that to them. And I be like, man, and I ain't perfect, but believe me, I didn't see that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm going to go out my way. I don't care if it's the next day. Everybody say, oh, I posted it 2 days ago. I'm going to go say, appreciate it. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Throw some emojis down there, something. Hit them with the strong arm. You know what I mean?
And on that point, I have seen artists adopt the attitude of them putting content out and then expecting people to interact just because there's content out there.
Yeah.
How, in your mind, have you convinced yourself that just because you're doing something that other people have to watch? If you don't get out there and intermingle and grow your fan base organically, one handshake or hug or, picture at a time, you're not going to go anywhere. No one's going to come out. The people that do come out once or twice, they're not going to come back. Just being personable moves mountains with people.
Man, look, man, I tell you, like I stated earlier, man, this is a people-friendly industry. You can come in with your tough guy act all you want to. You ain't gonna get real far, man. And that don't make you no bitch. That don't make you no. It's just like, bro, we like I could talk about my past all day, but that's not, as a man, that's not who I'm trying to project. That's not
right.
I don't want to walk in a room full of corporate people and the first thing they get is, oh, he's a tough guy. Because guess what?
Right.
Fear will work against you. When people fear you, they're gonna stay away from you. And I want people to gravitate toward me. I want people to feel like, hey, I can go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? We already battle perception. Everybody battle perception. So if you don't walk in a room with a suit on and you talking about you this guy and you doing this and that, it's like me walking in and say, hey, I'm a lawyer.
Right.
I can take you to court and beat this case. And you like, well, you got on a hoodie with a hat to the back. We all going to jail.
Yeah, everybody here is going to jail. You're going to jail. I'm going to jail. They going to jail.
You got to know, man. You got to control the narrative. I know people say you don't care about what other people think, but when you're a business, that's absolutely false. You have to care about at least the people you want to market to. You want to care about what they think, and even if you don't, act like you do, because there's a narrative being painted every day about everybody. So we can't make it in every conversation. We can't be in every room we're talking about. So just know that there's a narrative being painted about you, and you have to try to at least have some type of control over it. You feel? I don't want everybody to feel like I'm an asshole. Yeah. I don't want everybody to feel like I'm an asshole, because I'm not. But I know there's a perception out there about me that I'm an asshole. And it's only because I mean what I say. I stand on what I say. And I'm confident in what I say. You know what I'm saying? And some people can't handle that. But
when you live your truth, you get to be all those things, and it's
exactly.
easy.
And you know what I'm saying? And I've been out here in the world. Well, guess what I had to do? Mean what I say, stand on what I say. I can't go to California playing around, telling lies, playing games, not coming through, somebody paying me, not giving them their work back, man. Like, somebody will hurt you. So you can't take, that's just bad business. And that's another thing why I take so much pride in being the boss, because I'm all about good business. I swear I will go over and beyond just to make the business good. Even if I got to take a pay cut, even if I just want the business to be done good, because that creates a good rapport, and that'll make somebody a client forever. Right. I know people who videos better than mine. I'm good at what I do now. I'm great at what I do, but I'm saying I'm a fan of the culture. So I got people who I feel like, oh man, they shit sound better, but they business might not be together. And they look at me like, why is he getting to do all this stuff? Why is he getting all these opportunities? Because I do great business, man. I'm telling you, that's all it is. So it's people say, hey, bro, I'd rather pay you to do it. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I know they can do this for me, but I'd rather pay you. And that's something, man, that money can't buy.
That is a testament to who you are, your work ethic, your skills, everything, the whole package. And that's how you know you're good, is when there are better people. Not that they're better people, that people that do better work occasionally, but instead of them catching that work, people come back to you over and over because they know, you're solid, consistent.
Facts.
I got two more questions for you. The first of which is going to be, how important as an independent artist, and we're not talking about people that are signed or looking to be signed.
Yeah.
How important is it for someone that's independent to reinvest the money you're making into your craft?
That's another thing. If you want to keep money and you want to not go broke within the first year of your career, you definitely want to invest your money. You definitely want to. A lot of artists get into real estate. Like I said, I chose to open up a tax company. I know it's a company that can make me at least, $25,000 to $100,000 every year. And can keep me doing music, keep me being able to be on the road, spin, not have my hand out, waiting for somebody to come save me and hoping that they'll put $250,000 behind me. It's crazy how people think sometimes. But I think, man, invest. If you are financially illiterate, then find you some people that you can trust that's financially literate, and then hire them so they can help you invest your money in the right places so you can have longevity. Because the only artists who have longevity in the business are artists who invest their money. I'm telling you, if you out here buying cars and chains, you know how it goes. As soon as you get the money, you want to buy mama a house. You got to get you a house. You got to get you the latest car. You got to go spend 30 to 50 on a chain, watch, ring, bracelet to have the rapper image. But they not telling you that, hey, these checks don't come to every 6 months. You know what I'm saying? They not telling you that. So,
and they're going to back charge you on some of the services they offer.
Man, listen, you took the word right out of my mouth. The label's going to call you, bro, and be like, hey, we need 10,000 to do this promo run over here. We need X amount. And if you don't already ran through your account, and that's what happened to a lot of artists. They don't realize that, man, when you get that big event, that's not all your money, bro. The IRS gonna take half of that, and then the label gonna want some money back. They're gonna want you to pay for your New York promo run, your LA promo run. All these podcasts, they're not free.
Yeah,
a lot of this stuff is not free. We used to watch 106 & Park. All these shows, that stuff was not free. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, it's giving the game a little bit. You could pay to be placed. Magazines, XXL, Source, freshman cover. This stuff ain't free, man. So
I would go as far to say most people that are placed paid to be there. Like, man, I'm sure some people didn't, just if they're an ultra super mega star. Yeah. But I would say the majority of the people had to pay in some form or another to get there.
You got to pay to play. You got to pay to play. And this is a word that's forbidden to say in radio, but payola is real. Yeah. It's real. It's you got to think about it like this. Will this radio station play McDonald's advertisement today for free? And the answer is no.
Yep.
So what make you think your ass can get free advertisement? Because the radio is advertising you. So you got to pay for that, bro. But they're not going to tell you that, because if they told every artist that, there'll be a fucking food stamp line of people waiting to get on the radio. They have the money. You know what I'm saying? So they want to put you in this imaginary bubble where you got to do a certain thing. Oh, we got to get out here, grind the pavement, pay 1,012 DJs and hope that one of the DJs believe us enough to play our record more than twice a day or one time a day when we ain't there. Because it ain't about paying the DJ and they playing it while you there. It's about paying the DJ and they play it while you're not there.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
That mean they standing on your music, not like, oh yeah, he paid me. What is they gonna play it the next night? Because as an artist, playing my song in the club one time in front of a bunch of drunk, intoxicated people
Virtually
is not
does
really
nothing.
helping me.
Yeah.
It's not helping me at all. And that's no disrespect to the DJ, but they're just saying that in a nutshell, that's not helping me. That's not helping my career. Now, in the same token, and this is a really good one, this is why streaming, no matter how much they try to downplay it, is really giving these DJs and these radios a run for their money. Because let me tell you something, I would rather my music be on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Rhapsody, all these digital streaming platforms, and play my song versus it been sitting on my computer. We listening to it in the house for free every day. You know how artists do. We sit around and play the songs out the computer. We got 1,000 songs over here playing on the computer. Giving it to a DJ, hoping that they play it. Listen, a human cannot compete with a bot.
Never.
Never. You know, we want to talk about AI. We want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? A computer cannot even come close. So what I'm trying to say is a bot can play your song 1,000 times a day. A human is not going to play your song 100 times a day. It's just not happening.
Right.
It's just not happening. If a DJ play your song 100 times a day, I guarantee you his boss is going to walk in their office and fire him and like, look, bro, you tripping. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm trying to say. So, you know what I'm saying? We in the age now where it's getting more easier for the artists to invest in themselves, you know, and really make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like cutting the middleman out. But I still say at certain level, you need that machine. So when you ask me about investing, definitely invest in yourself. And when you start making revenue, invest in stuff that makes you money surrounding the industry. Like me, when I started selling those $100 beats off my PlayStation, guess what I went and did? Bought me a computer. Then when I got a computer and I started making money charging people for recording, I went in, bought the next latest and greatest software, everything to make my studio look better. Then after that, you know what I'm saying, I started pressing up CDs. And after I pressed up enough CDs, I started making $1,000 a week on my own CDs. I went and bought the CD presser to press my own CD instead of going and paying somebody $150, $250 to press up X amount of CDs. And I was able to print on those discs and everything, man. I started selling DVDs the whole nine. So, you know, at the end of the day, invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then when that money start coming in, you just build. You find something else to invest in, man. You know what I'm saying? And so on.
Lastly, where can people find all of your content? And by the way, we will plug this all on screen when we upload this, so people have no issues. But tell us what platforms you're on, where you would like people to go, because I know some platforms pay out better than others, and with the streaming and all that. So where do you prefer people go find your content?
Definitely. Well, like I said, you can always stream me. I personally like Spotify, and I know people don't like Spotify, but Spotify to me had the most subscribers. And it's like the new SoundCloud, but you're getting paid just a little better. So Spotify, I will throw my Spotify first. Of course, Apple Music for all the Apple iPhone users. YouTube Music, you know what I'm saying? YouTube Music more definitely, because YouTube has its own music extension. So YouTube Music, definitely, everything Reup Tha Boss, ReupThaBoss. You can look me up on Facebook. I have my artist page on there. I have my Instagram, or I have my Twitter account. You know what I'm saying? So mainly Reup Tha Boss on any platform will get you directly to me. I had timetoreup.com, but it's under construction right now, so that'll be up by in the next couple months. So I have everything where you can literally just go to timetoreup.com and get my merch, stream my latest music, watch my latest videos that I release. You know what I'm saying? Because everywhere we go, we travel, we shoot videos. Every city we go to, we shoot videos in, and probably get a 2-week to a month release date after that.
Well, that all sounds good. This is your opportunity to plug anybody out there you want to plug.
Definitely, man. Got big shots out, like I say, to the whole town of Real Entertainment, Cool Nation, Pacific, No Cap, Chris Kichi, Valenciaga.
We will get Pacific in here
Most
to do his
definitely.
own interview, and then we'll get you both in to do the tag team next time.
Definitely. Boondock Kings. Big shots out to them, man. Like I say, I ain't even really get to touch on that, but you know, if you follow me, you already know what's going on. I'm rocking with the Kings to the death. You know, the first group I worked with that even put me over 100,000 views. You know, now I got now I'm doing sold out shows with them, and I got videos that's over millions of views with them. So shouts out to the Boondock Kings, most definitely. The whole Boondock brand, the label, controversy, what up? Let me see, man, and everybody else who been a part of my career. It's really hard to name a lot of people. I definitely want to give a shout out to you, James. Shout out to Atmos Live, man. You know what I'm saying? The story continues, the saga continues. Shout out to Clayton Q. You know, I'm just trying to brainstorm because
Big Q.
it's definitely a lot of people. I don't want to miss them, man, but very influential to my situation. Ray Gotti, man, Shawty Tank, DJ Shud. You know what I'm saying? Just shouts out to anybody that came and helped me get to where I'm at today, man. Sorry if I miss your name. You already know what's going on. And shouts out to my Princess Kyla. Go subscribe to her YouTube channel, The Adventures of Princess Kyla, man. It's on the way. It's already
There
up.
we go. Well, thank you so much for stopping in, brother. I hate that we have to cut it. It's at an hour 6. I feel like we need 5 more hours
Man,
to talk because
look,
there's so much more to
man,
go through.
I'm glad we did this because, like I say, this just opened the doors for so much, man. Like, this is what it's about, man. Much love.
Well, this is only the beginning, and they will get better as they go. So thank you for coming. We wish you a safe journey back home, and we will see you in the studio again soon.
Peace.